Hello and welcome back to BeamNG.Drive. I'm your host davidinark, and today we're going to do the 1 liter challenge again, but GamerClip requested that we do this at highway speed, and I thought, highway speed? I say we do it at dragster speed and see what happens. So we have the Barstow Dragster, 1 liter of gas. We're out of here. Let's just see how far we go. Now, I'm going to have to, oh, we're already running out of gas. Yeah, that did not take long at all. Technically, we are out of gas, but our engine is still powered, so I'm going to count that, although technically I think we ran out about 200 yards, so I don't know. Well, this is a short video. Hope you enjoyed it. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Well, we're still downshifting, and the engine is still running. And I believe there is a little bit of fuel in the tank. Thought I heard something. All right. We're definitely out of gas. So we are coming down to a halt, and I mean, that's it. We're done. So 1.2 miles, but I don't think that's accurate. BonnieTheBunny was telling me that there's an app for that. Okay, so this shows how many miles per gallon. It shows how much fuel I have. 3.78 liters, and that should be a gallon. All right, so this is actually a gallon of gas. Oh. And when it says 0, then we will stop it and see how far we have gone. Oh, man. Look at that. We are chumping down the fuel. Man, I can't believe I did that wrong. Well, all right. There we go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We are out of gas at 1.4 miles. So my fuel volume should be 3.78 liters, and that gives me a gallon. Okay, well, it's going to make me do 4 liters, evidently. All right, that's close enough. Ready, Mark? Get set. Go! Oh, we are so low on fuel. We only have a gallon, man. Wait. No. We haven't gone a mile, have we? Crud. Home. No, we haven't. Oh, that's interesting. Reset and go. All right, here we go. Now we've got this right. Oh, I shouldn't be allowed to use these things, computers and whatnot. All right, we are down to half a gallon of gas, and I just thought I'd kind of do some catch up here. So with a half gallon left, we've gone 3.8 miles, and we're just going to keep on cruising, see how far we get before we run out of gas. All right, we're getting close to a 10th gallon of gas, and there are some other really cool stats that are on that display. One, it's actually showing what the real-time miles per gallon is for the vehicle, and notice that the range underneath consumption is showing approximately how far you can go before you run out of gas based on the speed that you're traveling. So we're just about out of gas, and there you go. We're out of gas. That's it. 7.2 miles is how far we went. Although the consumption rate was 7.85 miles a gallon. So we didn't quite get the consumption that the onboard computer system inside the game thought we should get. So that is awesome. That is so cool. That is great. Oh my gosh. And there we go. Whoa. Oh, look at that. We're doing some drift action. Oh, not so much there. Okay, when you put in 4 liters, it actually says 1.06. So, but if I do 3.78, when I hit apply, it changes it to 4, but it shows up correctly here. I don't make the rules, man. I just play. So let's see how far the pigeon goes, maxed out, pedal to the metal. I'll probably see you in about 3 days. I don't know. Look at that. Holy cow. Just starting out, we're showing 25 miles, 26 miles per gallon. I don't know. We'll see. But considering it doesn't go all that fast, this could take quite a while. Okay, we've used 1/10 of our fuel. And we've gone 3.2 miles. So theoretically, we should go about 32 miles before we run out of gas. Wow. I'm going to be here a while, but you won't have to be. So just hang on. We'll be back. Okay, we've spent 1/4 of our gallon of gas, and we've gone 8.6 miles. That's it's close anyway. I didn't quite catch it at the exact 0.75 mark, but wow. And we've been going for quite a while. I can't remember now. I was trying to keep track, and now I can't remember. This is what happens when you try this kind of stuff late at night. But anyhow, we're going to keep trucking. I'll catch up with you probably at the half-gallon mark. And lucky for you, it's just the next jump cut. Oh, no. Okay, I don't know what happened. I think I accidentally hit the one of the turn buttons. And so we rolled on our side. I don't know how this is going to affect things. I don't think it'll affect things too much. But wow, we just kind of took a little tumble, but we got everything back up and going. We'll see when we get to half a gallon. Oh, whoops. All right, here we go. We're coming up. There it is right there at the half-gallon mark. Half-gallon mark. We've gone 16.8 miles. And we're still cooking along, man. It has been, let's see. We did a whole 15, so 20 minutes, maybe not quite that long. How long is it going to take for the pigeon to run out of gas? Well, you can do some quick math, and this math actually will be correct, but we're going 60 miles an hour, and we're getting approximately 35 miles per gallon. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, we're getting 30 miles per gallon. So if we know we're getting 30 miles per gallon, we have 1 gallon. We've already gone 17 miles, or actually that doesn't even matter. If we know we're going to go 30 miles on 1 gallon and we're going to go 60 miles an hour, then you can do that math, figure out how long it should take us to get to run out of fuel. So basically 30 minutes, right? Somewhere in there. So we'll see. If that's the case, we still have a long way to go. So once again, not for you guys. For you guys, jump cut. All right, we're coming up on a quarter gallon of fuel in the Pigeon. So 0.25 gallons, not quite. It's almost there. There you go. We just rolled it. We've gone 25.4 miles. According to the stats being shown to us, we have approximately 8.5 miles before we run out of fuel, and so that'll put it at roughly 34 miles, pretty close to what the MPG were showing on the stats. In terms of time, that should be roughly about well, I guess 8 miles, so about 8 minutes. Real time, not for you guys. Once again, I just the power of editing. I can just cut straight to when we get close to running out of fuel, and then that way you guys can just I don't know. I may be crazy person by then. Because this has been the longest freaking thing ever. I mean, I'm just sitting here with my hand on the accelerator and we're going. That's it. We just drive and drive and drive. So we'll catch up with you soon. Okay, we are down to 0.05 gallons of gas. The range is about 1.7 miles at this point. So it should be, what's that, about a little over a minute and a half. And by the time I'm done rambling, it will be about a minute and a half, theoretically, before we run out of fuel. You're going to want to make sure in tuning that you type in 3.78. Now, when you hit apply, it's going to round it to 4, but when you look at your gauge, or if you go to the gauge, it actually will be 1 gallon. So again, 1 gallon equals 3.78 liters. And I had actually done the reverse calculation, and that is that 1 whole liter equals about a fourth of a gallon. So I wasn't doing a gallon, I was doing a liter. Which, no, I guess the math is still right, because it's a liter, so that equals a quarter of a gallon. So technically, I was still doing it right. I just wasn't using a gallon. I don't know. Somewhere it makes sense up here, and that may not be life, how life really works. Okay, so this is showing that we've actually run out of gas while I was talking. So, there it is, infinity. To infinity and beyond. Okay, so there we go, 34.1 miles before we officially ran out of gas in the Pigeon. That is awesome. Oh my gosh, and that took so long. so long. Holy cow. But there it is. So now basically I can hold the accelerator, but there's no point because we have no fuel. So we can just let this run out completely, and there you go. So at roughly 34.2 miles is when we have no acceleration whatsoever, meaning all the fuel is actually out of the system, and now we are just coasting to a halt. Okay, so I decided to load in the CRD. This is the blaster version, yeah. Just to see, if I could do this with a modded vehicle. Now, I realize not all modded vehicles are the same, but when I go into the vehicle config and we look at tuning, you will notice that nowhere in here is there a place for me to set the fuel level for this mod. Obviously, the mod has not been updated to include that information, so we can't really set it for, like 1 liter or 1 gallon and do the test. Now, you could do it the old-fashioned way, at least theoretically. I mean, this is showing that we've got a full tank of gas, and basically I can just hit the accelerator and keep on driving and see how far we get before we run out of gas. You'll notice that so far in the consumption, we're getting 0.25 miles per gallon. That is insane. Oh my gosh. That means we're going to go you can go a quarter of a mile on a gallon of gas before you run out of fuel. So this is actually going to take a lot less time than the Pigeon did for multiple reasons. One, we're going faster, but two, because the gas mileage in this thing is ridiculous. And I don't know how accurate that actually is. We'll see when this is all said and done, but I can't imagine driving a vehicle that gets a quarter of a mile per gallon. Oh my gosh, that would be, which, of course it's not meant for, long traveling and stuff, so, who knows, maybe so, but Oh my! But look at the fuel just dropping. Look at that, just counting down. 15.3, 0.2, 15.1, 0, 15, and just rolling down and down and down. That is so cool. I mean, it's amazing to watch it roll down so fast. I guess if I timed it, I could calculate about how long it's going to take before we actually run out of fuel in this thing, going roughly 80 miles an hour, consuming fuel at just a crazy rate. Yeah, according to this, we should be able to go about 3.3, 3.4 miles before we run out of fuel. Well, that's in addition to where we are now. So really, all told, it should be, what, roughly 5.5 miles before we run out of gas. Oh, that is so crazy. Oh my gosh. Wow. So just for the sake of argument, I say we roll with it. See what happens. We're down to less than 5 gallons of gas. And you can tell looking at the blue fuel indicator over on the gauge. I mean, you can watch it literally drop. That is so crazy. Oh, well, we just have a few yards before we run out. And so actually we're not even going to get 5 miles, man. Well, I take that back. Yeah, because this is yards. So a mile is 5,280 feet. So divide that by 3. That gives you how many yards. So anyhow, we are just about out of fuel. Check this out. We are down to 1.5 gallons. And here we go now. We are down to just about a gallon right there. We hit the gallon mark. And so we're getting a whopping 0.28, 0.27 miles per gallon. That is nuts. And there it is. 5.7 miles with a 21 gallon fuel tank. That is crazy, man. Oh. And again, we still have fuel actually in the system. I believe that's what the indicator's showing, because it still has white in the, I guess we had a little bit of fuel left over. I don't know. We're definitely coasting to a halt. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. So I was kind of worried that having all of the data sitting right in front of us was going to make, it's going to kind of be pointless. Like, well, this is telling you exactly what we were going to find out with us writing it down and doing all the paperwork. But actually, it's, for me anyway, just as fun to watch things play out. In fact, it's actually a little more fun because you can see everything happening behind the scenes. So that is so very cool. All right, feel free to leave any questions, problems, suggestions, horror stories down in the comment section below. And the more I've thought about it, I actually was not doing the math incorrectly. I was doing a full liter, which is 0.26 gallons in the last video. In this video, I converted that so that I was actually doing a gallon of gas, which is 3.78 liters. Clear as mud? I hope so. There you go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like button if you would. Subscribe if you don't already subscribe. And if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate it so much. I love what you guys are doing with the channel, with the community, leaving comments. And I try to get in there and respond back as quickly as I can. Usually takes me a day or two. But I definitely want to make sure that we get in there and talk about stuff. And I love the ideas you guys are coming up with. And so thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.